She prayed every single day, and still heaven was silent. Not for a week, not for a month, but for years. And the hardest part wasn't the suffering, it was the silence. She greeted people warmly after Mass. She was the kind of person who remembered your name and your prayer intentions. But what most people didn't see was the quiet routine that shaped her life. Every morning before the sun rose, Maria would sit by the small wooden table in her apartment, a candle flickering, a worn Bible opened, her rosary wrapped gently around her fingers, and she would pray, not rushed, not distracted, faithfully. Lord, I trust you. Lord, I need you. Lord, please help me. At first, her prayers were filled with hope, because when her mother got sick, Maria truly believed that God would heal her. She had seen stories, heard testimonies, read scripture, ask, and it will be given to you. So she asked, every day, every night, with tears, with faith, with everything she had. But her mother didn't get better. Weeks turned into months. Hospital visits became routine. Machines replaced conversations, and slowly, painfully, hope began to change shape. Still, Maria prayed, even when her voice trembled. Even when fear crept in, she prayed harder, longer, more desperately. God, please don't take her. But one quiet morning, as the sun rose just like every other day, her mother passed away. Something inside Maria broke that day, not all at once, not loudly, but quietly, like a thread snapping deep within her soul. At the funeral, people told her all the right things. She's in a better place. God has a plan. He knows what he's doing. Maria nodded. She said, thank you. But inside, there was a question growing louder and louder. If God has a plan, why does it feel like he ignored me? Still, she didn't stop praying. Not yet. Because that's what faithful people do, right? They keep going. So she returned to her little table, lit the candle, opened her Bible, but something had changed. Her prayers felt heavier, slower, and emptier. God, are you there? Silence. She waited. Nothing. Days passed, then weeks. Maria kept showing up. But now, instead of peace, she felt tension. Instead of comfort, distance. She started noticing something she had never noticed before. The silence wasn't occasional, it was constant. Life didn't pause for her grief. Bills still needed to be paid. Work still demanded her energy. And slowly, another struggle entered her life. She lost her job. At first, she told herself it was temporary. God will provide. So she prayed again. Lord, open a door. Days passed. No calls. Weeks passed. No opportunities. Rejection started coming in. Short emails, polite, final. And with each one, something inside her tightened. God, I'm trying to trust you, but I don't understand. Still silence. Now the tension inside Maria was impossible to ignore. Every morning, she sat at that same table. But instead of peace, there was frustration. Her thoughts became louder. What's the point of praying if nothing changes? Why does God feel so far away? Am I doing something wrong? She started comparing herself to others. People who seemed blessed. People whose prayers seemed answered. People who spoke about God like he was close, present, active. But for her, nothing. Just silence. One evening, after another rejection email, Maria didn't go to her table. She sat on the edge of her bed instead, staring at the floor, tired, not physically, but deeply. Spiritually tired, for the first time in years. Because prayer wasn't just something she did, it was who she was. The next morning, she forced herself back to the table, lit the candle, opened her Bible, picked up her rosary, but her hands didn't move. Her lips didn't speak, and then something unexpected happened. Maria didn't offer a polished prayer. She didn't say the right words. She didn't try to sound faithful. She just told the truth. I've been praying every day. Where were you when my mom was dying? Where are you now? Why are you so silent? She paused, breathing heavily. And then she whispered something she never thought she would say. I feel like you've abandoned me. The room was still. The candle flickered softly. And once again, silence. That was her breaking point. Not because she stopped believing in God, but because she no longer understood him. And that confusion hurt more than anything else. For days after that, Maria felt distant. She still went to Mass, still went through the motions, but her heart wasn't in it. It was guarded now, careful, afraid to hope again. Then one afternoon, something small happened. So small, she almost missed it. She was sitting in the back of the church, long after Mass had ended. The building was quiet, empty, still. She wasn't praying, not really. Just sitting, thinking, processing, and her eyes drifted to the crucifix. She had seen it thousands of times, but this time, something felt different. She looked at Jesus hanging on the cross, wounded, broken, silent, and a thought came to her, not loud, not dramatic. Then remembered something she had heard before. On the cross, Jesus cried out, my God, why have you forsaken me?" Maria sat up slightly. That wasn't a cry of weakness, that was scripture. That was Jesus himself, the Son of God, experiencing what felt like silence, abandonment, distance, and yet he wasn't abandoned. For the first time in a long time, Maria felt something shift. Not externally, nothing in her life had changed. She was still grieving, still unemployed, still waiting, but internally, something softened. She opened her Bible later that night, and she began reading passages she had read before, but never truly understood. Stories of waiting, of silence, of hidden work. She read about Joseph, betrayed, forgotten, imprisoned for years before his purpose was revealed. She read about David, anointed as king but forced to wait in obscurity. She read about the saints, who spoke of dark nights where God seemed absent yet was doing his deepest work. And slowly, a new thought began forming in her heart. What if God's silence isn't absence? What if it's preparation? Maria started praying differently after that. Not longer, not louder, but deeper. Instead of asking only for answers, she began asking for understanding. Lord, if you're silent, teach me what you're doing in that silence. Days passed, and something remarkable happened. Not a miracle, not a sudden breakthrough, but a quiet transformation. She became more patient, more attentive, more aware of her own heart. She noticed things she had ignored before: her need for control, her fear of uncertainty, her tendency to tie God's goodness to visible results. God wasn't fixing her circumstances, he was forming her. Not the one she had imagined, not the one she had prayed for, but one that stretched her, challenged her, and unexpectedly fulfilled her in ways she didn't anticipate. She began working with people who were struggling grief, loss, uncertainty, people just like her. And suddenly, her story had meaning. Her pain wasn't wasted. Her silence had prepared her to understand others in a way she never could before. One evening, months later, Maria returned to her little table. The same candle, the same Bible, the same rosary, but a completely different heart. She smiled softly as she prayed. Lord, you were there all along, weren't you? Not in the way she expected, not in instant answers or visible solutions, but in the quiet work of shaping her soul, teaching her trust, deepening her faith, transforming her from someone who believed in God to someone who truly knew him. And maybe that's the part no one tells you. God's silence isn't empty. It's full of unseen work, full of quiet transformation, full of preparation for something deeper than what you originally asked for. So if you're in a season where you're praying and hearing nothing, if you feel like heaven is quiet while your life feels loud with struggle, you're not alone and you're not abandoned. God may not be changing your situation yet, But he could be changing you, strengthening you, preparing you in ways you don't fully see yet. Maria's life didn't become perfect. She still had questions, still had challenges, but she had something stronger than answers. She had trust, the kind of trust that isn't built on quick results, but on deep, unshakable faith. So don't give up in the silence. Lean into it. Stay faithful in it. Because one day you may look back and realize God was speaking the loudest when he seemed the quietest. If this story spoke to you, take a moment today. Sit in silence, not to escape it, but to meet God in it. And if you know someone who's struggling in their faith right now, share this with them. Sometimes the encouragement we need is simply knowing we're not alone.